Greetings. Greetings again, everyone. Now we're going to be doing the chapter that I think I like the best. At least the last few years I've liked the best, and that is musical theater. The last 3 or 4 plays that I wrote were all musicals. And it seems like adding the music to it will add to the emotional impact that the audience feels. And I know when I'm watching, let's say, Les Miserables, the emotional impact from the music. Of course, Les Miserables has one word that's spoken, everything else is sung, but it still gave to me the total power of what theater gives to us. Nowadays, of course, there's more music in plays, like Les Miserables, very little speaking. Phantom of the Opera, not that much speaking. Different plays, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, just some fantastic music there. But everyone says musical theater is the theater to go see. Matter of fact, here at Eastern Arizona College, here in Thatcher, here in this area, if you want to sell out the auditorium, you put together a musical. And you put together a musical that they want to come and see. Like, for instance, Sound of Music. If you do Sound of Music, that will bring in everyone. You'll fill up almost every night. Plays like Sound of Music. South Pacific is another good one where a lot of people want to come and see. Fiddler on the Roof. Those musicals. Why musicals? And why is it all by itself in its own chapter? Because it doesn't fit in with realistic theater. It doesn't fit in with anti-realistic theater either. It fits in its own category because it's unique. The music and the spoken word together. And of course, with that, you need the choreography. And I've had fantastic choreographers throughout the years. Just to speak of one, Rachel Jacob has helped me do a lot in my original plays, and that's very difficult to do original choreography. It's easy to take Grease and watch the movie and do some moves from there, but it's so hard when you give somebody an original script and say, okay, go ahead and choreograph that. So they have to do something original. And it's just so fantastic. In the play Cry for Love, we also had original music, and Kelly Van Shar, he put together the music and the lyrics. And so we had the music and the lyrics and the choreography, and we put the script together with all of that, and I think we came up with something very interesting. Very interesting. But it is so popular. A long time ago, I think it was 1980 something, we did Peter Pan. And they auditioned people for Peter Pan. We had 276 people come and try out. That's a lot of people. 276. So what I did is I created a younger cast and an older cast. And both of them had a great time. Mainly because they were both casts were able to fly. And if you can fly Peter Pan, that's the way to go. I'd never do the play Peter Pan unless I could fly the cast members. And it was really fun for them. And so we had 2 casts, lasted for several weeks, and had a good time. But I also realized at that time we needed to create a children's theater. So I created a children's theater of that. Also, we've done Fiddler on the Roof quite a bit. I've done that professionally, and we've traveled with the Department of Defense, USO, many, many times. And we actually did it one time through Eastern Arizona College. We traveled the Orient, spent about 3 months performing for the military, and that was interesting, doing Fiddler on the Roof. Just a quick thought. We were in Korea, the division between North and South Korea, the DMV, demilitarized something zone, and we were performing a play at night, and all of a sudden we heard gunfire and mortar go off, and we thought we were dead. The lights flickered, and we really were, and most of the people left. Most of the audience members left, so we thought we were dead for sure. But the commandant still sat there. So we finished the play, And I went down there, and he congratulated us for doing a good play. And I said, what is happening out there? He said, oh, I forgot to tell you, every night the North and South Koreans, they shoot at each other. People usually do not die. But they're having a war each night, and we're there just to kind of observe. And so the thing that scared me to death was just the thing that happened every night at the DMZ. So anyway, so many experiences through doing Fiddler on the Roof. And the students that went, they still talk about it. They said that's a lifetime experience. So musicals are just, phenomenal. So what I've done throughout the years, though, when we've done our musicals, I make sure to keep a large cast. We usually had about 150 people try out, and kept all of them. Never cut. Always kept everyone. Many times we double casted the plays, and many times we just had a lot of villagers. And so, but it was an exciting time. I'll tell you more about our competition later. But every competition play that we did, I put more actors in there because I wanted them to go through a real national competition. When the other schools would put in 2 or 3 into the play, we would put 30 and 40 into the play. And of course, trying to direct 30 or 40 people, they're not quite as good maybe as 2 or 3 professionals that are trying to win and go to Washington, D.C. in a competition. So read through this chapter. And look at, of course, Portrait of a Hunchback. That's a musical. Added music there, and it's my adaptation from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So we've modernized it, and our Quasimodo is no longer a bell ringer, but he is a drummer in a speakeasy in the 1930s. So that's very interesting. So take a look at it that way. Al Capone is even in the play. And it's just so exciting. So have a good week. Please let me know what's happening. Also, make sure you get your research papers in. Very important. Keep getting them in. I am accepting those a little late, but just let me know what you're doing, and we'll communicate next week through this little microphone, video phone. Thank you. Have a good week.